Hello students, a very warm welcome to JEE English by Unacademy, India's leading and largest JEE test preparation platform. And students, today we are going to explore something really very interesting, very important, and this lecture is going to be very practical. We are going to have so many visualizations and concept animations around this topic. And in fact, this is going to be the last lecture of gravitation. In this lecture, it's going to be, mostly around visualizations. We'll be going through so many concept animations and we'll be enjoying this lecture. So do definitely share it. Good evening, Imran. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, students. And yes, today's lecture is going to be very, very interesting. It's about geostationary satellites and Keplers Law, which is also a part of your JEE Main syllabus. But let me tell you, students, it would not be the way that we have been going through until now in your board, syllabus, etc. It's going to be super interesting. Okay, it's going to be super interesting. This can be one of the fields from which you can get questions in your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. And at the same time, I'm promising you today that it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting means very interesting. Nothing, you have to write down few things, but nothing so intensively numerical today. We'll be doing some numericals that might be asked in your exam, but other than that, nothing. And definitely do not forget to share this video with your friends on social media so that they can get access to this amazing lecture. In fact, today I should have said not concepts in problem, but concepts in visualization. So let's get into this lecture. It's going to be super interesting, and let me introduce myself to you. I'm Muralidharan Gopalakrishnan. I completed my MS in electrical engineering from one of the top ranking American university. I'm also an IITian who completed BTech from IIT Guwahati. I filed 25 patent applications on state-of-the-art technology in India, US and Canada, and I have a track record of winning several national level science and tech competitions. And that being said, if you are looking for a complete package with the best educators across the nation, a complete package for your JEE preparation with the best educators across the nation, it's going to be Unacademy subscription any day. Why do we say that it's going to be the best package? One of the things, as you know, is we have aggregated the best educators across the nation on Unacademy subscription platform. And in fact, we have authors like DC Pandey and DC Gupta sir on Unacademy subscription platform. And you will get to attend daily live interactive classes with these best educators across the nation on a very interactive platform with polls and leaderboards. That way your learning becomes super fun. And not only that, you'll also get access to national level test series set by the best educators. That way you'll be getting access to quality papers, but not only that, you'll be competing with a national level crowd and you'll be getting an analysis post that using which you can improve upon your overall performance. And of course, not only that, you will get access to lots of live doubt clearing session, which is one of the important aspects of your JEE preparation. And in fact, let me tell you something more interesting about Unacademy subscription programs. The thing is, every fourth session is going to be live doubt clearing session. Every program is really planned well. You don't have to worry about the planning. We provide you programs, like your educational programs for your JEE preparation in the form of structured and systematic manner. So it's all going to be structured and systematic programs for your JEE preparation. Not only live doubt clearing session, you will also get access to timely quizzes and mega quizzes. So it's a complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation. Not only that, students, it's going to be the champions tool that you need. And in fact, let me tell you another interesting thing about Unacademy subscription. It's not just about all of this. It's basically only one subscription and unlimited access throughout the period. There are no batch restrictions on Unacademy subscription platform. So that's an amazing thing about Unacademy subscription. We do not restrict you by any batch. You get unlimited access throughout the period. And of course, how do you avail Unacademy subscription? And another important thing is we do have batches for even 2023 aspirants right now, which is being conducted by vibrant educators. And we have also started many batches for 2021 aspirants and 2022 aspirants. I'll come to that point and we will discuss that at the end of the lecture. And students, yes, how do you avail Unacademy subscription? First of all, download Unacademy Learning app. If you don't have an Unacademy Learning app, you can do it from web-based version, but having an app is going to get you this notifications, like live notifications that is going to help you in your, overall, like maintaining that consistency in your exam. So yes, of course, for your preparation. And how do you get this? Click on the login, click on the left hand top corner extension bar, select IIT JEE as your goal and hit on this get subscription button. And students, let me tell you another amazing thing about Unacademy subscription. It's also quite reasonable. It's not that expensive. In fact, it comes at a very, very reasonable price. And if you are right now a 2021 aspirant and you're planning to go for something for your JEE preparation right now, is it possible? Yes, of course, it's possible on Unacademy subscription platform. So let's say you are a 2021 aspirant with no plan for drop. We do have dedicated programs for you, and some of these programs are hosted by some of the best educators of our team. And how much is this going to cost you and how long it is going to take you? It's going to take you 6 months. So you want to basically go for 6 months subscription if you're a 2021 aspirant and have no plan for drop, and it is going to cost you only near about 25,000, only 25,250. And let's say you are in 12th class right now but may have a plan for drop. So you are not a dropper already. You might be a 2021 aspirant but still have a plan for drop. Or let's say you are in 11th class and you're going to get into 12th class and you're confident that you'll be preparing, you'll be completing your preparation in next 1 year. So you may want to go for a 1 year subscription, student. Yes, that's it. That's all you need. So if you have planned for drop, or if you have only 1 year for your preparation, just go for a 12-month subscription. A 12-month subscription is also going to be very economical. It's going to cost you 34,650 for the whole year. That's like less than 2,900, 2,888 per month. And students who are in 9th class, 10th class, like 2023 aspirants or even 2022 aspirants who have planned for preparing for 2 years. So 2023 aspirants, this is the best time to get started, because we are getting started with some of the best programs conducted by some of the best educators across the nation on Unacademy subscription platform. And in fact, the pricing is very reasonable when it goes for 24-month program. And in fact, it's going to take you 2 years. It's a 2-year long journey. Given that you have some preparation, you can do it in 6 months and 1 year, but it's typically a 2-year long journey. And it's going to cost you less than 70 rupees a day. And if you start early, of course, you have the early starter advantages, etc. And this is about Plus subscription. Plus subscription is where you get access to the best educators across the nation for your JEE preparation on the best in the kind of platform, in the form of best in the class structured and systematic programs. But we do also have something known as iconic subscription, which is way beyond your Plus subscription. Why do you say it is beyond your Plus subscription? Because you can get personal advisors from IIT and NIT alumni educators who will be guiding you in this process. So they know the ups and downs throughout the journey. They have previously gone through this journey. They will be helping you with all these strategies, motivation sessions that you need to successfully complete this journey. Not only that, they'll be coming up with expert guidelines that will be helping you prepare better and as well as perform better in your exam. We also have many good educators, some of the best educators across the nation, and that way you'll be also able to get subject wise insights. And moreover, think about it, IITians and NITians who have previously successfully cracked the exam, they know the do's and the don'ts, and they will be guiding you with those. And if you can afford it, iconic subscription is of course going to be one of the best things for your JEE preparation. 6-month subscription is going to cost you less than 35,000, 34,200, and a 1-year subscription is going to cost you 58,500, and a 2-year subscription is going to cost you 90,000 for 2 years. That's like 45k per year. That's like 45,000 per year. Of course, 2-year subscription is going to be any day reasonable. And make sure you apply Murli live code so that you can get maximum discount, be it on Plus iconic 6 months, 12 months, 24 months subscription. So you'll be able to get maximum discounts. Not only that, you can get more information about your subscription from me while you're purchasing subscription. So yes, do apply Murli live code and avail maximum discount on your subscription purchases. And not only that, we have recently introduced something even more, which is kind of one of the best things that we have done until now. This is going to be like a combo subscription. What is this combo subscription? A combo subscription is nothing but one subscription at an economical price for your JEE and CBSE board preparation. Now you can prepare for your IIT JEE and CBSE in one place from anywhere using our combo subscription at a very economical price. What do I mean by economical price? If you go for like a 2-year subscription, it can cost you less than 90 rupees. If you go for a 1-year subscription, it can cost you less than 120 rupees. And of course, that being said, students, let me tell you another amazing thing. Even for your CBSE preparation, we have some of the best educators teaching you on Unacademy subscription platform. So that's an amazing thing about Unacademy subscription. We have best educators, etc. But right now we also have this combo subscription. If you are a CBSE board student and looking for some of the ideal programs, we have that right now on your Unacademy subscription platform. And make sure you apply Murli live code while purchasing even combo subscriptions so that you can get the best discount on your subscription purchase. Okay, here also you'll get discount. Don't miss out those discounts. All right, students, let's get into the lecture of the day, and in fact the lecture of the gravitation. This is going to be a really interesting lecture. First of all, let's understand few points before we dive into so many visualizations that we have today. Okay, so typically we define, like satellites by something known as the distance from the surface of Earth. So let's say, if you remember, we discussed that altitude is nothing but height from the surface of Earth, and this defines, like, what is going to be the time period of the satellite, what is going to be, like the overall velocity of the satellite, etc. and etc. So let's say that, like you have launched a satellite at a distance of 200 kilometers from the surface of Earth. Let's say anywhere around 200 to 2000 kilometers. In that case, like if you're calculating for, one of those altitudes, the average time period is anywhere around 2 hours. So that means this satellite is very near to the surface of Earth, and this is only going to take 2 hours to rotate around Earth. Okay, so if you think about it, this satellite would complete a rotation before even Earth completes a rotation around itself. So this is going to revolve around Earth in 2 periods, whereas Earth is going to rotate around its axis for 24 hours. So within that 24 hours, this satellite, which is known as LEO, basically lower orbital satellites, are going to complete this rotation within how many hours? 2 hours. That means how many revolutions it would have completed by the time you see a day and a night? 12 revolutions. Okay, this is on an average. And then we do have something known as MEO. MEO is something where you're launching it between 2000 to 36,000 kilometers. Okay, basically LEO and MEO are not very important from a syllabus point of view, but it's very interesting to understand what it is all about. You only have Geo in your syllabus, and that Geo is the most interesting part. Let's understand why do you have Geo in the syllabus. Before that, let's understand what is this MEO. MEO is basically a satellite which is launched at an average distance of 20,000 kilometers from Earth, or anywhere between 2,000 kilometers to 36,000 kilometers. That is in the middle orbit. You call them to be MEO. And MEO on an average takes 12 hours to complete one revolution around Earth. So that way a satellite launched in a MEO orbit is going to take, like, it's not going to rotate like this. We'll see exactly everything is going to change once we get into Kepler's law. Okay, now this is just basics of satellite. Up until now our assumptions are all wrong, etc. That is what we'll be saying, and we'll be having a look at super amazing visualizations. Okay, so the MEO is something where like it will take 12 hours to complete one revolution. That means it's going to basically only like complete 2 revolutions before Earth completes a day. So Leo is going to make 12 revolutions around Earth, whereas MEO is going to make 2 revolutions. Now let's come to the Geo part. So let's understand why Geo is so important and what is the meaning of Geo. So Geo is nothing but geostationary satellite. So what is the importance of Geo? Geo can exactly track that location. The time period of Geo is going to be 24 hours. Okay, it's going to be 24 hours. So a satellite, so let's say your Earth is rotating, right? That satellite is always going to track that position. So that means you're going to have efficient communication, etc. using Geo satellites. So Geo satellites rotating in the Geo orbit are that ideal solution for many of our applications. So that is an amazing thing about Geo, and as you're noticing here, this is a Geo satellite. If you're noticing it, it's always at the same position with respect to a location in the Earth. So let's say you are watching from that location. I'm not even able to track that location right now, but let's say you're watching from that location. That is always going to be that same location, it's going to be in the same location again. That it's as if the satellite is stationary to you. It's not moving. Actually, it's also revolving. It's revolving around the axis of Earth. but it would appear as if it's not moving. Basically, it is matching the time period of rotation of Earth. So the position is going to be constant. It's going to appear to you as stationary. Hence, we call this geostationary satellite. And coming to the distance part, you can calculate it, assuming we have all circular orbits, but it's not going to be circular orbits. Let me give you that hint way before. So if you launch it at like 36,000 kilometer from the surface of Earth, it's going to be always making a time period of 24 hours. Okay, you can calculate this. Basically, you can make use of all the things that we have done until now. You have that time period is equal to, try out this as an exercise. If you are a JEE aspirant, even if you are a physics enthusiast, this is going to be helpful for you. But do try it out, how do you calculate this time period, how you get this, etc. So this is going to be like 2 pi r. Okay, let's keep it this way, 2 pi under root. If you remember this is gm of Earth, and this is going to be r to the power Rho to the power 3 by 2. And what is the value of Rho? It's not Rho 3 by 2, but Rho's value is 36,000 kilometers. Okay, substitute this value, and you can see you'll get it to be 24 hours. Else do another thing. What should be this value? You want to identify this value. You can do another thing, that is like not rather you want to find out the radius. Let's say it's not Earth, but you want to find out geostationary satellite for Moon or geostationary satellite for Mars. Then do the same calculation, substitute the time period is equal to the rotational time period of that particular satellite, and you'll be getting information. So you'll be taking 24 hours into 60 minutes into 60 seconds, and you'll be substituting the value of mass of the planet depending upon whatever you're doing. In this case, it's Earth, and you'll be getting the value of. Okay, so this is about geostationary satellites. Geostationary satellite, the things that you need to know. It's launched at an altitude of 36,000 kilometers from the surface of Earth. But your question may not be necessarily like this. Your question can be something like a time period of the time period of rotation of around its axis of a planet is given, and using the time period you must be able to find out altitude. So do this exercise. This is going to be a good starter for you, and of course it's an amazing concept. So what is the concept of geostationary satellite? Geostationary satellite, one another important thing about geostationary satellite, if you're observing it, it's not rotating in the opposite direction, but rather it is rotating in the direction of rotation of Earth. Okay, few important key points. I hope you understood this point. So before we proceed to our Kepler's law, favorite law, our actual thing, the way the planetary systems work. So one thing you should be knowing is it's always stationary. So that means what should be true? Like time period of your revolution of planet or satellite should be equal to that of time period of rotation around the axis of that planet. Okay, this is planet, okay, and that is satellite. Okay, you need to match this thing, using which you can find out some altitude. It will be a fixed altitude. And the next important thing is it should be in the same direction. Same direction, right? Same direction means, look at this thing. Earth is rotating like this. I mean, like whatever planet it is rotating like this, and it's Earth. Okay, and that satellite is also revolving in the same direction. So if it's in this direction, your satellite should also be revolving in this. That is what is happening, right? It's rotating around the axis in this direction, and your satellite is also revolving in this direction. Amazing concept. It's really an interesting concept. So now let's get into Kepler's first law. So here comes the issue. Okay, before we get into Kepler's first law, second law, and third law, let's understand few things that we have done until now which is not correct. Okay, up until now we have assumed all these things. If you have noticed, it's all circular orbits. We have calculated everything for circular orbits, right? We said that the satellite is going to rotate in circular orbit. In fact, your Earth is making circular orbit around Sun, and some hypothetical planet is making circular orbit. But in reality, it's not circular orbit. It's all elliptical orbits. Okay, so here comes the most important thing that Kepler discovered, and this is an amazing postulate he put out initially, and he took quite a few number of efforts, he did many experiments to prove this thing. He had proved it experimentally as well, etc., etc. So it's an amazing concept. Kepler's law are amazing. It's amazing, very practical, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so what does Kepler first law say? Kepler first law says many things, but the first and the most important thing up until now, up until Kepler, or actually there was someone known as Tycho Brahe, and Tycho Brahe said that was the first one to propose this, but Kepler reaped all the fame and also the kind of the credits for proposing this, given that he had proved it experimentally. That is one of the reasons, and he was more influential. Of course, Kepler was more influential than Tycho Brahe. Tycho Brahe was not accepted very easily. Even Kepler was not accepted very easily, but Tycho Brahe was not accepted at all. So back in the days, there was an issue like scientific theories are not well accepted. So that was one of the issues back in the days. So now, what did he say was the planets revolved around Sun in elliptical orbits. If you have noticed it, because you can basically observe this thing using telescopes experimentally. It's not circular orbits. Okay, up until now we have been thinking it's circular orbits. Up until now every calculation was around circular orbits. So he said it's not circular orbits, it's elliptical orbit, like what you are seeing right now in the visualization. Right, that's it. That's the basic thing that he has put out, and he later on proved that. And now in this case, if it's an elliptical orbit, your Sun is not at the center of the ellipse, but rather at the focus of the ellipse. Okay, your Sun is going to be where? It's going to be at the focus, and your ellipse is going to have two foci, right? So one focus is going to be an empty focus, like what you are seeing over here, and your Sun is going to be present on other focus. Okay, you can think this as the Sun and this crazy thing that is rotating as Earth or some planet. So this is for all planets. This is not just for like Earth or something. This is for all planets. Your Sun will be present in one focus. If you're noticing, Sun is actually over here present in some focus F1. Focus F2 is empty. Okay, and planets are revolving based on this. Okay, they have conserved momentum, etc., etc., angular momentum, etc. We'll get to that point, and that will be useful in proving many more things. Okay, Sun is the focus. Other focus is empty. That is known as empty focus. Two focuses are present in your ellipse. So one is going to be AE, 0. That means the other one is going to be, in this case, minus AE, 0 is where Sun is present. It can be anywhere. Okay, one of this focus. Okay, minus AE, 0. So 0, 0 is at the center. You don't have the Sun. Okay. So the same thing is true for Earth as well. So this is kind of a simulation, or you can say kind of a visualization for Earth having the same thing. So there is a far point and a near point in the orbit. That means, so this is going to be the nearest point, and there this one is going to be the far point. If you're thinking about, I'll come to the ellipse explanation if it's totally new to you. We will get to that in detail. Don't worry about it. Within the end of the session, you will be clear with that thing. Okay, this distance is going to be A into 1 minus E, and this distance is going to be like A into 1 plus of E. Okay, so there is a far point and a near point in the orbit. It's not always the same distances. It's not like a circular orbit, and in fact your Sun is present at the focus or focus, and there would be an empty focus. Okay, let's get into a little bit of things that we need to understand. So let's say you have a planet, and this near point is known as like perihelion, and the far point from the Sun is known as aphelion. Okay, and there is a major axis and minor axis associated with your ellipse. So you call the distance from the center to that of along the minor axis to be B, and the other one to be A. Okay, and what is this distance, students? Actually, this thing, this is going to be like minus AE, 0. And hi Nandu, hi. I hope you are enjoying this lecture. This is a very practical lecture, student. Okay, this is how things were proved by Kepler. So stay tuned. It's a very interesting thing. So this is going to be the least distance between sun and planet. Okay, and then there is going to be a into 1 plus of e. Okay, basically ae plus of a. So this distance, as we just discussed, is going to be like that distance, the highest distance from sun and planet, or between sun and planet, highest distance. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's the end of your Kepler first law almost. Oh, your gravitation is completed, Tota. Yeah. Nandu, your gravitation is completed. We have nothing more in your gravitation. It's Kepler's law. If you understand Kepler's law basically there are only two places from which you can get the problem. Not probably even Kepler's first law. Kepler's first law is way too easy to frame any problem. But Kepler's first law is the foundation for the Kepler's second law. Kepler's second law is the foundation for the Kepler's third law. So we need to understand first law to understand second law, and then second law to understand third law. Okay, so yes, of course, we'll be, as I told you, the nearest point is going to be perihelion, and the farthest point is going to be aphelion. Okay, and we call this to be the distance, the radii of aphelion, and the aphelion distance, as I told you, is going to be a into 1 plus of e. Okay, that's it. That's all you need to know. And same thing that we just discussed, we have it over here. We discussed it on the thing. But one more thing that we need to understand, if students, if you are done geometry already, then you know this thing really well. So that is known as eccentricity. Okay, eccentricity of an ellipse. So E, everywhere we are mentioning E is actually defining your the way your ellipse should look like. Okay, E is actually going to matter. Okay, if E is just 0, it's going to be like a circle. Okay, we'll get to that point. So yes, if you're noticing it overall in this thing, let's say this is your sun or the star around which the planet is rotating. You notice this is like more of an ellipse, I would say, like more deviating away from the circle. So this is going to have, let's call this to be having some E2 and this to be having some E1. Of course, your E2 is going to be greater than E1. That is the red ones, the red one, that red planet that is rotating, and that purple one that is rotating. E2 is more of an ellipse, or let's say E2 is deviating more from your ellipse. Next, we'll do some PYQs, Tota, and post that, Nandu, and post that we'll be getting into thermodynamics. I think thermodynamics is a good chapter, and we'll do, once we have to complete some problems, some major problems around your gravitation, and post that we'll be getting started with thermodynamics. I think thermodynamics, or whichever chapter you want. Can be waves or thermodynamics, because rotation we don't have time. Kinematics, I don't think it's relevant at this point of time. We have discussed some basic concepts around kinematics. Thermodynamics is one such chapter where every one of you can start. Even 21 aspirants can attend and successfully apply that in their exam. And the same goes for even 2022 aspirants. Okay, now let's get into the thing of eccentricity. So this is what I'm showing. It's basically eccentricity, where you are having this eccentricity. The color is matching. If you're noticing it, the first color is matching. Actually, not all of them are matching. So eccentricity is 0 for this guy, which is like a circle. And for this guy, eccentricity is like 0.95. It's more of like deviating away from the circle. So that is about eccentricity. It's a part of Kepler law. It is not exactly the Kepler law. Kepler's first law says planets don't rotate in circular orbits, rather they rotate in elliptical orbits, and sun is the one of the focus of that elliptical orbit. That's it. That's all about Kepler's first law. Okay, and what is the relation between A and B, students? If I say this is B, and if I say this is A, you know the distance between perihelion, aphelion, very important to understand that concept. Based on this, questions can be asked in your exam. So we will have an expression saying that A square is equal to B square into 1 minus E square, which is going to be the relation between your minor axis radii and major axis radii. So for an example, in this case, take E is equal to 0. What happens? A square is equal to B square, right? And what is your ellipse equation? Ellipse equation is x square by A square, right? X square by A square plus Y square by B square is equal to 1. If A is equal to A square, okay, A square and B square. If A square is equal to B square, you will be getting the circle equation, won't you? Yes, you will be getting the circle equation. So it will be like x square plus y square is equal to A square. That's it. That's all you need to know. Distance, that's it. Once again, how much is this? This is going to be A into 1 minus E. What about the other one? Distance from Sun to your aphelion. Okay, there is an empty focus. Don't forget, there is an empty focus. A into 1 plus of E. And the other thing that you need to know is this. That's it. End of the story. Okay, now if you were wondering, like, okay, that means at some point, that is at like at perihelion, the planet is nearest to the Sun, right? This is the nearest point to the Sun. Okay, we are going to bust a myth, a common myth in the mind of students and even in the mind of many teachers as such, or like, you know, scientific enthusiasts, etc., physics enthusiasts. So an aphelion is like the farthest point. Okay, this is quite intuitive to think that way, but it's wrong. Okay, that's the amazing thing about, you know, this entire concept. So there is a point perihelion, which is the nearest one, aphelion, which is the farthest one. Does that mean when your planet is at the nearest point, perihelion, you're going to have a summer? No, in fact, that time is the December. Okay, that's it. It's not perihelion and aphelion causing the seasons. Okay, the seasons are experienced because the Earth's axis is tilted that way. To understand this point, never go out and speak that way. You will lose all your credentials, etc. I mean, like, people will be wondering if they know this fact. Okay, that's a different thing. First of all, they should be also knowing this fact, but it's an amazing fact. It's really, really, you know, Mythbuster. It's that one of the best Mythbuster. You can have a very practical Mythbuster. Okay, if it's rotating, if it's revolving in ellipse, if the planet is revolving in an ellipsoid orbit, now does that mean elliptical orbit? Does that mean, you know, like at perihelion it's going to experience maximum temperature? No, it's not like that. In fact, your perihelion is when we are having your December, and aphelion is when we are having your June. It totally depends. Okay, so what is happening such that you are having that winter at perihelion? So what is happening exactly is, how do I explain this point? So you have, let's say, Sun radiating some radiations. Okay, let's say your Earth is like this. Now what is happening is, lot of energy is just getting focused on that single point, and that is happening at your like at your aphelion. Okay, aphelion is where you are experiencing, like at this point it's aphelion. Okay, it's not like an exact ellipse, I know, but this is like the focus. Understand this point. This is like the aphelion. Okay, in general aphelion, not for every one of us. It's a summer at that point of time. At aphelion, near about aphelion, we'll be having June month, and what is happening is, at that aphelion point, all these radiations are getting focused at a very small point. So your Earth is tilted that way. Your Earth is tilted such that all the radiations from the Sun are falling in a small spot around Earth. So all the energies are focused at one point. Hence, we are having summer. And why we are having winter? Because your axis is like, it's not too skewed, and you have lots of space to accept the same amount of energy. Hence the sunlight is distributed at your perihelion and you have a winter. Okay, it's a common mythbuster, so you need to understand this point. And now comes the second law. Second law is also rather simple. Again, few statements. And it says that planets move faster near the sun and slower away from the sun. Okay, planets really like to move fast near the sun and slower away from the sun. Why is that so? See, think about it. Why does this happen? If you remember, we discussed something known as velocity is proportional to how much. Velocity is how much, by the way? It's basically under root gm by r is proportional to 1 by root r. The distance between that sun and the planet. That means as r increases, what is going to happen to velocity? Velocity should be decreasing, or the speed should be decreasing. That means whenever it is at this point, if you notice at this point, the planet is moving quite fast, whereas at this point the planet is moving the slowest. Notice at this point, notice at this point. Right, that's it. So that is it. Second law of Kepler is so simple. He said that no, there are many more things, of course. Okay, entire thing is all about Kepler's second law. Okay, first law is the basic thing that said it's an ellipse. After that, he said that if it's an ellipse, the nearest point should be where your planet should be moving the fastest, and then it should be moving slower as it moves away from that nearest point. Okay, that's it. The same goes for Earth as well, because Earth is nothing but a planet that is rotating, revolving around. I'm really sorry, that is rotating around its own axis and revolving around the sun. So Earth moves faster near the sun and slower away from it. Okay, it's a little bit of not that kind of visualization we had earlier, but still it's moving faster. It's moving slower, really slow at this point. And if you notice this point, what is happening? It's moving very quickly. That is Kepler's second law. Actually, it's not first law, it's second law. Okay, easy. And the actual thing that was derived is that the planets cover equal area in the same time interval. That is true. If the planet is nearer to sun, it's going to move fast, but it's going to only cover the same amount of area in the given time interval. It's going to cover the same amount of area in the given time interval, in the given equal time intervals. Okay, that is what we are having a look at now. So it's showing basically two areas of triangle which are equal for a given time period. Okay, initially the planet is over here, it is moving to certain point. Okay, and then what is happening? Okay, this is, let's call this to be position 1, position 2. This is completed in time period t. This is position 3, and position 3 to position 2 is completed in time period t again. So in that case, we are calculating the areas of the triangle, and they come out to be equal. Okay, that is about your Kepler's second law. The main thing that you need to understand is that thing. So basically saying that aerial velocity of aerial velocity of the planet with respect to sun is constant. Okay, so we can say something like this: there are multiple areas that you're seeing. So why is this happening? Okay, it is covering the same area over here in that given time interval. Let me change this color, just a moment. Color. Okay, so this is, let me erase everything. It's an amazing one. If you're noticing this, how much is this area? This is A. Okay, this is all equal time interval. This is also going to be A. Okay, this is also going to be A. It will move faster, so the same thing. Okay, so it's basically saying that dA by dt is constant. It is some constant. Okay, we can prove this point. Okay, It's really simple. And Earth too does the same. This is an amazing visualization where we have Earth and covering same amount of area in the given same time interval. Earth too does the same. There is going to be no difference between Earth's, like all this Kepler's, obeying Kepler's law, or any other planet obeying Kepler's. Okay. So basically, if you have noticed over here, this could be the perfect example. We have no simulation now or any, animation. Now we can say this is area A. It has been covered by the planet once it has moved from this position to this position, but it has basically commuted this in time interval T. Okay, so let's call this to be like A1. And similarly, in another time interval T, it has covered this area. This is little longer, right? The height is increasing, but the base is decreasing. Why is this happening? Why is this base more, or this arc size more? Why is this arc size more? Because here it has maximum velocity, right? It has the most velocity. V is at highest. Here, if you noticed, base is low. Why is that happening? Students, this is because V is low, velocity is low, distance is high, velocity is proportional to 1 by of root of distance. It's root of distance, I would say. Okay, because elliptical orbit, it's no more like your the same old thing. So that's about your Kepler's second law. And if you say this as area A3, this as area A2, etc., we can say something like A1 by T is equal to A2 by T is equal to A3 by T. Okay, same area, it sweeps same area in that given time interval. If you cancel out these things, A1 is equal to A2 is equal to A3. Basically, A1 is equal to A2 is equal to A3 is equal to some A. We will prove this point. We will absolutely prove this point. Okay. This is little bit of an easy thing to prove. So let's take 2 points. Okay. This is from X to Y and this is from A to B. If you're noticing this thing, these channels that I didn't get your question, Nandu. So see, the planet over here, is it experiencing any external torque or external force? No external torque, as a system, no external torque or no external force. Okay, force is there, but we can exactly say no external torque. As such, there is no external force as well. It has actually, it's doing the circular orbits because it is trying to balance out any external force. So no external torque means what is the thing? Angular momentum is conserved. Angular momentum is conserved, right? Angular momentum is going to be conserved any day. That's the key point that you should be knowing. Okay, angular momentum is conserved. We generally indicate this with an L. It's a very easy concept. I didn't get your question, Nandu. So here let's prove one by one. Let's take this as 1 and we have like theta 1. Actually this is going to be not even theta because we are assuming during that period velocity is same. So we'll take it as d theta 1. And this to be like d theta 2. Okay. So be sure about climate as well. Why that why that seasons are changing. It's not because of perihelion and aphelion. That is also something that you should be knowing. Oh yeah, yes, Nandu, yes. Okay, so now it's a very simple concept. Let's take this as case 1, this as the case 2, and as you know, it should be equal time interval, right? This is also t, this is also t. And let's assume this distance. Let me do a thing. Let me neatly do this thing. Let's not mess it up like this. Okay, let's take this. It's a small d theta 1, right? So this is like r1. and this is d theta 2, and this distance is like r2. Hope this helps. It's a very simple thing to prove. What is the fundamental thing that we know? We know angular momentum is conserved. That's it. That's all you need to know. I'll come to this point. So let's get started with case 1. Okay, case 1 we get. Okay, what chapter do you want then? Is there any specific chapter in your mind? So let's first of all do this. How much is the area A1? Let's call this to be A1 area on this green color, right? It's A1 area. A1 area is how much? This is going to be like R1 d theta 1. And this is how much? This is like R1, as you know, this whole thing. And how much is this area going to be? Half of R1 d R1 into R1 d theta 1. Okay. Now the thing is, it's doing this thing in, let's say, in dt time, equal dt time, not dt1 dt2 time, basically dt time. Okay, that means dA1 by dt is how much? It is basically half of R1 square d theta 1 by dt, right? This is what? This is omega. So this is going to be half of omega R1 square. Okay, multiply with m on the top and m on the denominator. Okay, this is going to be like 1 by 2m m omega square, m R1 omega square. R1 square omega, really sorry, m R1 square omega. So what is this, students? This is your angular momentum, MVR. R1 omega is nothing but MVR. Okay, so this is basically L by 2m is equal to dA1 by dt. This is one thing that we know. Now if we do the same thing for the other one, you're going to get the same thing. Okay, let's say you have this guy over here. It's like d theta 2 angle. Okay, different angle, dt, same time interval. That's all we have, and different distance from sun, like r2. In this case, what are we doing? We can say that what is area A2 in this case? If this is area A2 is going to be like half of R2, just like how you do it for your triangle, right? That's what we are doing. And this is going to be like, how much is this distance going to be? R2 d theta. So this is going to be half of R2 square d of theta. A simple proof actually. I didn't get your question, Nandu. So yeah, let's do a thing as usual. We are going to divide it by d2. Actually, you know, dt, you should be saying this is also dA2, and even over here it is also dA1. It's not a very large area in this case. But it is even applicable for large area. You basically integrate it. It's not going to matter because angular momentum is conserved. That's it. That's the simplest explanation that you have. Okay, so this is going to be R2 square d theta 2 by dt. This is some omega 2. Okay, here it was like omega 1. Okay, I could have said this is not omega, just omega, but omega 1, because omega, it's going to be different. So no, it's going to be different, isn't it? Yes. So this is how much? This is R2 square omega 2. Now what do we have? We have to do the same old thing. We are going to multiply with m on the numerator and m on the denominator. We will be having mr square omega r2 square omega 2 divided by m into 2. This is going to be how much? Angular momentum by 2m. That's it. So angular momentum is always L. Do remember that. L is equal to m r2 square omega 2 is equal to how much? M r1 square omega 1. This is always true because angular momentum is conserved. It's not changing. There is no external torque to change angular momentum. No external torque. Is that it? That's it. That's the end of the story, right? That means L by 2m is equal to dA2 by dt is equal to dA1 by dt. dA1 is equal to dA2, of course. That's all about Kepler's second law. That's the basic thing about Kepler's second law. We are in 11th class. Good. Oh yeah, of course we'll do that. We'll do that. I'll think about it. Now we'll be doing anyway PYQs. I'll think about it, which is the next important chapter for you. I think we can do something around then kinematics, etc. Yeah, you are 11th class students. So is there any specific chapter in your mind, Nandu? You can say that out. I think, class 12 students have asked for magnetism or like modern physics. So it would be either magnetism PYQ or modern physics. So if you are thinking about something specific, you can let me know. I'll definitely try to bring up questions and from that topic. Okay, now we have an amazing question. Angular momentum enclosed per unit mass is something given to us 5 into 10 to the power 20 divided by 72 meters square per second. If the planet completes one revolution around the sun in 400 days, the area in meter square enclosed by that revolution is how much? Okay, it's a very easy question. Your questions can be like this. Okay, let's notice this thing. It's simple. It's damn simple. What is given to you? It's given to you L. What is this quantity, students? Okay. This is like angular momentum per unit mass. Okay, this is nothing but L by m. L by m is how much? L by m is 5 into 10 to the power 20 divided by 72. Okay, this is one thing that we know. Now, we know simply we know another thing. What is the other thing that we know? We know that L by 2m, very important students, L by 2m is equal to what? dA by dt, which is equal to A total by time period, right? Time period of your revolution. In this case, how much is the time period, students? 400 days. You need to basically convert that, you will get the answer. That's it. We will be having it from Tuesday to Friday, 6 to 7:10 and odd, Nandu. Okay. So from here we know the students, what is the value of time of revolution? It's basically 400 days into that of 24 hours into that of 60 minutes into that of 60 seconds. Okay, I should have not written it this way, but let's correct this. Okay, so this should be like 24 hours into 60 minutes into 60 seconds. Okay, that is what we have. Now you basically say L by 2m is equal to how much? Your overall value, whatever you should be getting. Let's do that calculation. Okay, so let's keep it this way. L by m, okay, into 1 by 2. One looks like having some feet. Let's remove that feet. Okay, into that of L by m, and into that of time period of revolution is how much? Your total area covered. L by m is how much? 5 into 10 to the power 20 by 72. There can be only two areas from which you can get questions around here, or rest is like we have already completed. Don't think we have left any topic in this. And what is time period? 400 into 24 into 60 into another 60. 24 is how much? 24 3 times, isn't it? It's the same thing. 24 3 times. Are we doing it correct? Yes. 24 48 48, yeah, 72. Okay, and then we have something like 30, or sorry, 20, and this goes off. Then we have like a 10, and how much do we have? Something like in such situations I'll be counting 0 1 2 4 4 10 to the power 24 0. So 5 into 6 into 4 into 10 to the power, how much do we have over here? 102040. So 24, 10 to the power 24. Okay, and this is going to be how much? Like 30. This is going to be 30. 30 into 4, 120. Near about like 120 into 10 to the power 24. Near about 10 to the power 26. 10 to the power 26 meters square. That's it. End of story. Okay, let's verify this once more. Yes, okay, we have 10204040 10 to the power 24, 10 to the power 24 into that of 20 into 6. Okay, 120. Yeah, that's correct. Total area covered would be 10 to the power 26 meter square. Okay, basically not, this is an approximation. It's going to be how much? 1.2 into 10 to the power 26 meters. Okay, that's it. No. Today's I said Tuesday to Friday. Okay, not Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday to Friday. Okay, Tuesday to Friday, 6 p.m. is for class 11 students, but okay. And 7:30 we have it for 2021 as. Okay. And Sunday and Monday as well, there would be classes on your Unacademy learning. I think we are running out of time. We will be taking up this concept along with your PYQ session. So this is a very interesting problem. I'll be taking up it in the next class. Okay, this is definitely an interesting problem. This could be a probable question. But before that, let me complete one important thing. That is Kepler's third law. Kepler's third law says nothing but time period square is proportional to a cube. So instead of r, we add, up until now we said time period square is proportional to rho cube, radius o cube, but that was a circular orbit. But it's actually an elliptical orbit, so t square is proportional to a cube. We'll get to this question in the next class. We are running out of time. Kinematics, huh? Every one of you want kinematics. Okay, we'll get started with kinematics. Don't worry, Nandu. Okay, if any other student says, but kinematics, yeah, we'll get started with kinematics. Don't worry, Nandu. Yes, of course, we'll do kinematics, and we'll also do some PYQs. So we'll do a thing. We'll do PYQs around kinematics. Kinematics is not such a complicated topic. We'll do a thing. We'll pick up PYQs around kinematics, projectile motion, etc., so that you have a complete understanding of the basic thing, from which you can get 2 to 3 questions and you can solve it very easily. Okay, we'll take up even JEE Advanced, JEE Mains, PYQs. That way you'll have a good understanding. Okay, we'll do that. So yes, students, that's the end of your gravitation. We have one problem. We will take up that problem in tomorrow's PYQ session. Tomorrow PYQ session is what we are going to have around gravitation. And there is going to be a free special class this coming Monday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on your 10 years PYQ current and electricity 1. So if you have missed it before, this is the chance to attend it live with some polls and leaderboards. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be on Unacademy Learning app. We'll be also discussing 2020 questions. We won't be having a separate session for 2020 questions. Of course, super shortcuts to solve in your exam. And that being said, students, a very important chapter that you should be covering right now is electrical measuring instruments in one shot, which has been completed on 2nd of September on your Unacademy Learning app. So completed, students, it's worth doing it, because you definitely get a question. One session, that's it. 1 day, 4.5 hours, etc. is what you have to spend, and high chances that it's hardly impossible that you don't get it. What do I mean by hardly impossible? Sometimes there are chances that you won't get it. Sometimes it's one among those 8 papers that won't get it, but definitely you'll get it from electrical measuring instrument. Among those 3 questions from your current electricity, it can be 1 or 2 just from electrical measuring instruments. So complete electrical measuring instruments. It's available for free of cost on your Unacademy Learning app. I completed it on 2nd of September, so you can check it out. And not only that, students, do get on to our Telegram channel. First of all, download Telegram app from your Google Play Store and App Store, and then click on to this link, right? This link is available in the description box below, right? There is this link in the description box. Just click on to this link, get on to our Telegram channel to get live before time updates. I keep you posted with all the things for the session. For an example, today I told you there are going to be so many visualizations. Keplers Law is nothing. Of course, it's nothing. We'll get started with that one remaining problem. It will take a little bit of time. It is also involving the second law properly. But you understood overall what it is. Kepler first law says that, see, it's not all about circular orbits. It's about elliptical orbits. Then second law says that, see, it's not like that it's basically moving with more speed near the sun and lesser speed away from the sun. Does not mean something is not conserved. Angular momentum is conserved, hence it's going to cover equal area and equal time. And the third law says, your major axis radius A, cube is proportional to t square. It's not rho is not anymore applicable, radius orbit is not anymore applicable. So just complete those things. It's basically those 3 things, and probably you'll get a question around area covered, or it could be A's value is given, or A's value of 2 planets are given, something like that. I'll check out if there are any questions around your PYQ. I haven't noticed any specific questions around PYQs. There was a question around area. I think that's it. That's all it is. But as such, you can expect question around what we are going to discuss tomorrow. So we'll be discussing that point tomorrow. So do get on to our Telegram channel to get these live updates, before time live updates on every class conducted by JEE English team, be it on Unacademy Learning app or be it on your JEE English channel. Not only that, students, another thing is we also keep you posted with news and other updates. And students, if you do not have an Unacademy Learning app, just to download it from the Google Play Store and App Store. Just type in Unacademy. In the first search result is going to be Unacademy Learning app, the most downloaded education app. Just click on this install button. That's all you need to do. You'll be having an amazing app. Andy, why do you need this app? Because the best thing is you follow me and you'll be getting all this notifications on this A to Z sessions. There are free of cost A to Z sessions, full length free of cost lectures, A to Z sessions, PYQ sessions, one-shot sessions, etc. that I have conducted on your Unacademy Learning app for free of cost. You can attend them. Just follow me. Once you download the app, you will be able to get live updates. Okay, follow me to get live updates, so that you know whenever I'm conducting class, you don't need to worry about it. And also subscribe to this channel to get live updates, live notifications, etc. And students, that being said, and get on to the Telegram channel, you'll anyway get live updates. And yes, another thing is we have Unacademy Combat coming up. You can attend that from Unacademy Learning app. We keep conducting national level quizzes on Unacademy JEE English. You can attend those for free of cost if you have Unacademy Learning app. So do install it. And the most competitive, the most rewarding, the most gamified IIT JEE battle ever is going to happen again on this coming Sunday, 17th of January. Enroll today. And students, what do we have for you? We have dedicated 11th class, 12th class and dropper session. So you will be only competing with 11th class student if you are from 11th class. If you are from 12th class, you'll be only competing with 12th class student. You'll be only competing with toppers. It's going to be a national level crowd. There are going to be like toppers that would be competing with you. There are going to be national level rank holders, probable national level rank holders that will be competing with you on this gamified event. And not only that, it's not just going to be competitive gamified, but it's also going to be rewarding. We are going to distribute hundreds of Amazon vouchers. And not only that, students, we will be also distributing not just Amazon vouchers, but Apple iPad, Apple MacBook Air, and also your Apple EarPods this coming 17th of January. So enroll today, students. Enroll today. Do not wait anymore. If you're planning to do this, enroll today with Murli Live Code. And not only that, you can apply Murli Live Code to unlock many features on your Unacademy Learning app for free of cost as well. And also you can avail the maximum benefit. You can avail the maximum discount by applying Murli Live Code. So make sure you apply Murli Live Code whenever and wherever necessary. And that being said, if you are looking for a complete package, the best in class tool for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, that's going to be an Unacademy subscription any day. Why do we say that? Because we have the best educators across the nation with whom you can attend daily live interactive classes with live polls and leaderboards, so that your learning becomes really interesting and fun. And not only that, you will be also getting to attend national levels test series set by the best educators across the nation, and you'll be getting analysis post them, and you can improve upon your performance using them. And not only that, Unacademy subscription comes with another one of the main components that is necessary for your JEE preparation, that is live doubt clearing session. We provide you lots and lots of live doubt clearing session. In fact, every program, every course is going to have live doubt clearing session. In fact, every fourth session is going to be live doubt clearing session. So that way you need not worry about planning. Everything is going to be provided in a structured and a systematic manner on an Unacademy subscription platform. And you will also get access to lots of dedicated quizzes and mega quizzes and dedicated live doubt clearing session. So this way your preparation becomes complete. It's a complete package champions tool for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation students. And how do you avail an Unacademy subscription? You can do it from web-based version or app-based version. And just do, if you have an Unacademy app, just do login, click on the left-hand top corner extension bar, and then select plus, and then select IIT JEE as your goal, and then hit on this get subscription button. And yes, what do you have post that? You will be having an amazing subscription. We have dedicated programs. We have authors like DC Pandey, DC Gupta sir on an Unacademy subscription platform. And we provide you unlimited access throughout the period. You don't have to think about batches. There are no batch restrictions on an Unacademy subscription platform. We do not in any way restrict you by any batch. So there are no batch restrictions. You can of course attend as many programs as you want. In fact, we have launched batches for 2021 aspirants, 2022 aspirants and 2023 aspirants. I'll quickly get into that, but before that, let's say you are a 2021 aspirant, no plan for drop. This is the program for you. It's a 6-month program which is going to cost you near about 25,250. So let's say you are a 2021 aspirant and you do not have you do have a plan for drop. My mistake. If you do have a plan for drop, you want to go for 1-year subscription, right? Or let's say you are in 11th class and you are sure that you can complete your preparation in next 1 year, you can go for a 12-month program. We have dedicated batches that have been launched just now for you, conducted by some of the best educators. That includes like Bansal classes, etc. And that is going to be only 34,650. How much does that boil down to? Like less than 2,900 per month, 2,888. So let's say you are right now getting into 10th class, 11th class, etc. You have 2 years. You can prepare comfortably on an academic subscription at a very reasonable price of 50,400 for 2 years. That's like 25,000 per year. That's less than 70 rupees a day. And students, this is about plus subscription. We have something beyond plus subscription known as iconic subscription, where you can get personal advisors, expert guidelines, strategy sessions from IIT and NIT alumni. So this is going to be one of the best things for your JEE preparation if you can afford it, because think about it, IITians and NITians that are educators on an academy subscription platform are providing you one-on-one mentoring sessions and guiding you throughout the journey. Yes, they have previously gone through this journey, they have successfully cracked the exams, they will be able to efficiently be able to guide you in this journey with the do's and the don'ts, the motivation sessions, because they have gone through this journey, they understand what needs to be done to deal with the ups and downs of the journey. And of course, students, make sure you apply Murli Live code, be it you're purchasing plus or iconic subscription. If you don't see this pricing, an iconic subscription is going to cost you for 6 months 34,000, year about 34,000, 34,200, and for a year it's going to cost you like 58,500, and for 2 years it's going to cost you like 90,000, that is like 45,000 per year. And make sure you apply Murli Live code so that you get best discount, be it on 6 months, 12 months, 24 months plus or iconic subscription, students. So you'll be getting max discount. Okay, and not only that, we have recently launched something known as combo subscription, a combination of both your board preparation and your IIT JEE preparation at an economical price at one place, and you can attend these classes, these programs from anywhere. And if you go for an iconic of IIT JEE and plus of CBSE board preparation, it's going to cost you like 4,687 per month. If you go for a full iconic subscription, iconic of IIT JEE, iconic of CBSE, it's going to start from 5,500, that is 5,500. If you go for a plus of IIT JEE and plus of CBSE, it's going to be, of course, be reasonable. It's going to cost you like 3,037 per month. That's going to be like less than 90 rupees a day. And students, yes, of course, if you're going to go for make sure you apply Murli Live code to get it under 90 rupees. So be it any kind of subscription that you are purchasing, apply Murli Live code so that you're not missing out discounts. Apply Murli Live code and get the discount, and you can go for a plus of IIT JEE and iconic of CBSE. We have some of the best educators for your CBSE preparation as well on iconic subscription, and they can guide you throughout the journey as well, and it's going to cost you like anywhere around 3,900 per month. And students, we do have convenient payment options for your Unacademy subscription purchases. One of them that I recommend is pay in parts, and the other one is like no cost EMI, using which you can split your payments into multiple parts and you do not have to go through the hassle of paying all the fee at once. So this is an amazing thing about Unacademy, and we also have access to other payment options like debit card, credit card, net banking, etc. And right now our team is also on iconic subscription. You can take your JEE preparation to the next level with our personal coaching, IIT JEE workshops, etc. on iconic subscription. We have an amazing team of IITians and NITians and head of coaching institutes on our team. And students, this January we have launched few, of course. That is, one is Super JEE for 2021 aspirants, Striker Batch 2.0 for 2021 aspirants, Advanced Micro Batch for 2023 aspirants by Vibrant Educators. This is also begun. You can still join them, and we do anyway have recorded classes as well. You can have a look at them. And we have also started RM for 2022 aspirant and Legend Batch by Bansal class educators for 2022 aspirants on 12th of January 2021. And these are some of the upcoming test series: Combat Race, Last Mile Target, and race is going to happen again on 24th of January, and Combat is happening again on 31st of January and this coming Sunday, and AIM is happening every Saturday, and we have Unique DPBs happening every Monday to Thursday. And yes, we have launched a Manzil batch and a Rank Booster 2.0 batch for 2022 and 2021 aspirants by one of our best team. You can enroll today, and do not forget to like, share this video, and click on that subscribe button, bell notification to get timely updates on such amazing lectures. This is all like free of cost, full length, high quality lectures. So think about it, students. This is not just any quality has been compromised in it. Everything is a full length, high quality lecture. We are in fact discussing it with simulations, concept visualizations, and different kind of model problems on JEE English. So like and share this video, subscribe to this channel, and share it on your social media like WhatsApp, Facebook groups, Telegram channels, etc. so that someone in need will get access to this amazing lecture. And keep smiling, students. Do not forget to share this video, and do not forget to apply Murali Live code whenever and wherever necessary to get the maximum discount to avail the best benefit on your subscription purchases or unlocking any feature. And today at 7:30 p.m., that is the next 15 minutes, we'll be having a PYQ session on your current electricity, and we have very interesting problems coming up, and different ways will be discussed to solve the problem, and of course to guess the problem just from your options. Take care, stay safe.